I'm going to show you in this video how to cook a piece of salmon on an oak plank in a wood-fired oven. This is going to be good. Let's get straight into it.
One Pizza Too Many cooking and unboxing videos.
And thanks for joining me, everybody. And like I've just said, I'm going to be cooking a whole side of salmon on this oak plank. Must say, big thanks to James for giving me his wood to cook on. And I'm going to be using the Skillcraft Apollo wood-fired oven. Not had this on recently in recent videos, and I thought to myself, I need to get cracking again on this awesome bit of kit. So I thought, what a way to start. Now, this is so easy that this is one of these recipes that you're going to do and you're going to think, I'm going to crack that out anytime I can when I've got people around for a little garden party or bit of barbecuing. But also if you think, I'm going to cook this massive piece of salmon, it's too daunting, I don't know where to start, I've got you on this. Okay, so I'm going to move you in a bit closer. I'm going to talk you through the ingredients that we're going to use today, and then I'm going to show you the simple process on how to get this done. Now, the ingredients you're going to need for this simple easy dish is obviously an awesome bit of salmon. So I've got a full side of salmon. It's got the skin on, but it's had the scales removed. I've then got my oak plank. I've got a couple of lemons. I have got here some sugar, some caster sugar. I've got some soft brown sugar, and I've got some salt. And we're going to need some water. So I've just got one of my dough trays, and I'm just going to put the plank in the tray. And I'm just going to soak this in some warm water. And the reason we need to do this is if we don't soak the plank, it's just going to set on fire in the oven. And also we want, or some of the steam that's going to cook this salmon is going to come back out of the wood, but also bring some of that oil out of the oak itself. So now that's soaking, we will give that a turn over now and again. Now that it's soaking, we're going to turn our attention to the salmon. And we're going to bring over 2 litres of cold water. And into this we are going to put 4 spoons of sugar, because we're going to give this a brine whilst the plank is soaking. Then we have got some salt, so same for the salt, and it's not staying in the brine too long, so we're going to soak the plank and the salmon for about an hour. 2 hours would be good, so between 1 and 2 hours. And we're just going to give that a stir up until that has dissolved, so we've got a nice solution. Like so. And I've got another dough tray which I'm going to bring over. And I'm just going to pop the salmon into it. And we're going to pour this straight over. like so. So we're going to let this brine now for an hour. We're going to let the wood soak up for an hour. We'll give them both a turn over halfway through, and while that's cracking on, we're going to get the Skillcraft Apollo oven lit. So we're going to get lit. I've got some dried kindling offcuts. I'm going to put these in. And we're going to get this party started. Warming the chimney up a bit just to get a good draw. I'm then going to put the door on and just have it at an angle just to let a bit more air through, but all these let loads of air in. We'll come back in 10 minutes time and give it a little check. Right, let's check on it. And it's going nice. Right, so next we'll go on with a couple of bigger logs. Just to help raise the temperature. It doesn't need to be pizza hot, like 300 odd degrees. We're looking at sort of 180 to 220. Next I'm going to get my welding glove on, and I'm going to pick my log guard up, and we've got a raging inferno now in there, looking awesome. We are going to pick up this and we are going to slide all of the fire over to one side. Like that. So the reason for this is now we've got the fire on one side, the heat's going to come up and over, but we've got all that space now that we can slide the salmon in and it'll cook beautifully. Right, back over at the salmon station. I have just tilted this dough tray up a bit just so the salmon is immersed in this brining solution, and you can actually see the colour change of this water as this oak's been sat in here, and it was clean. I did clean it before we started, give it a wipe down after James bought it from his sawmill. So we'll leave this to keep soaking. We've got about another 35 to 40 minutes on this soak and brine here, and as you've seen, the wood-fired oven is ready to rock and roll. Time is up on the brining and the wood soaking, so I'm going to move the salmon over and then I'm going to get the wood out. And I don't really want to dry this off, so what I'm going to do is just put a couple of bits of wood down, scrap bits of wood, just to rest this on. There we go. Then I'm going to carefully lift this salmon out, and then carefully place it on the plank as much as possible. And then just going to pat the salmon dry just on the top. And then what I am going to do is I'm just going to grab a big knife and I'm just going to trim this belly fat. And then just going to cut along there just to neaten that edge up. Like so. Going to check for any pin bones. This should have been taken out, but just check, and I can't feel any, so that's good. I'm just going to run my finger along this back edge just to release it from the skin a little bit, so that when it cooks and shrinks it'll all look good. Okay, next we're going to add some bits to this. Just give my hands a quick clean. So we're going to go on with some cracked black pepper, some pink sea salt, not too much because obviously it has been brined, but, and a little bit of brown sugar. So this is just soft brown sugar, the type that's quite wet to feel. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on, and then I'm just going to rub it on. It's going to help just give the top a real nice sort of caramelization. Okay. Clean my hands again, and then we'll head back over to the oven. Take the door off. And you'll see that we are now down to sort of the embers of this fire. I'll put my glove back on. And then we've got this beautiful piece of salmon that we're just going to slide in. Straight away you can hear it sizzling because of the wetness of the wood, and we're going to let this cook. For I'd say about 20 minutes. Now if you wanted to, you could use a probe, something like this Kasori Bluetooth wireless probe, or you could use the Inkbird wired probe. Both of these I've reviewed on the channel, so head over and take a look. So I'm just going to put the door back on here, just keep some of the heat in. And we'll come back to this in about 10 minutes and have a quick look. This has now been in about 7 to 8 minutes, and already this is cooking lovely, absolutely lovely. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to get another piece of wood, and I'm just going to put it on just so it starts smoking, and also I want a bit of flame now just to start licking over the top. So I've just put the Kasori smart probe in. I'll get a close up in a minute, but as you'll see, temperature internally is currently 31 degrees. We need this up to ideally 70 to 75, just to be on the safe side. Anything above 63 generally is alright for salmon, but we're going to go for a safe side. So I'm going to put the door back on, and we're going to leave this another, I would say 10 minutes. So we're about 12 to 13 minutes in at this point. Just having another little check, another about 4 minutes in since we last looked, and we do need to keep checking just to make sure that the plank doesn't actually set on fire. Hopefully soaking it will make sure it doesn't. But I have just set up the Kasori app, and I've just said that I'm cooking the salmon to 70 degrees, and it's saying that it's currently 43, and in the oven at the minute it's 150, and you just see it's just gone up one, and it's calculating the remaining time. So a really good bit of kit is this Kasori wireless app, a bit like the Meteor, but one that you guys barbecuing and wood-fired oven users might not know of. Head over to my full review of it to see what you think. Okay, so the app for this Kasori thermometer has just told me to remove the food because it's at 67 degrees and it needs to rest, and that temperature is just going to keep rising. So let's have a look. Oh my word, look at that. Wow. I'm just going to take the probe out. It is hot. Now that is a thing of absolute beauty. What do you reckon, guys? Whoa. Look at that. Now come on, you've got to say that looks absolutely banging. And let's just do the usual little zhuzhdy up with a few items, and let's spin it round. There we go. One beautiful, perfectly cooked salmon in probably one of the best ovens you can get, the Inferno oven by Skillcraft. Go and see them, Dave and Lisa, great people, made in the UK, hand built in their factories in Wednesbury in the Midlands. Try this out, whatever oven you've got, try it out. Right, let's have a taste. I'm just gonna have a little cut into here, and it is super juicy. Now I have just cut into this, but the camera wasn't rolling, but honestly it tastes incredible. Really good. You've got to try it. So I'm going to serve this with some warm potato salad, little side salad, and some couscous. What would you serve this with? Would you eat it on its own? Let me know in the comments. Have you tried this in your wood-fired oven or your barbecue? Again, let me know. And if you are interested in cooking another whole side of salmon, check out a video from my early days, about 3.5 years ago, where I did a salt crusted salmon on the Kamado barbecue. Again, that would work really well in this oven as well. Also let me know, what else would you like to see me cook in this oven? Let me know, because I've got some slots available for the rest of this year where I've got some videos lined up cooking in the Skillcraft oven. So let me know what you'd like to see in it. Make sure you're heading over as well to Ninja and Kasori Facebook page that I run. If you like the thermometer that I used in this video, join that group. It's got loads and loads of helpful tips. The community is great on there, 10,000 roughly and growing. So hopefully I'll see you there soon. And until next time everyone, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it.
One pizza too many.